This Wednesday, the adventure continues.
All right, time circuit's on.
Get ready. Get set.
2015!
Welcome to the future,
I gotta check this out, Doc.
where anything is possible.
Cubs win World Series.
Steven Spielberg presents a Robert Zemeckis film. Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd. Back to the Future, Part 2. Rated PG. A brand new future is coming on Wednesday at theaters everywhere.
After a day of battling on the front lines, the last thing you need is kitchen duty. So tonight on your way home, stop off at Pizza Hut and pick up a hot, delicious Pizza Hut pizza to go. And at the same time, go back to the future for a great stocking stuffer. Now bring the future back as a Christmas present. Buy a Pizza Hut pizza and get a pair of solar shades for only $1.99. But hurry, they're going like there's no tomorrow.
Pizza Hut, making it great! Did you take a look at that little business proposal of mine?
I don't know, Needles.
What are you afraid of? If this thing works, it'll solve all your financial problems.
And if it doesn't work, Needles, I could get fired. It's illegal. I mean, what if the Jits is monitoring, huh?
The chits will never find out.
Oh, God.
Come on. Stick your card in the slot and I'll handle it. Unless you want everyone in the division to think you're chicken.
Nobody calls me Chicken, Needles. Nobody!
All right. Prove it.
All right. All right, Needles. Ha. Here's my card. Scan it. I'm in.
Thanks, McFly. I'll see you at the plant tomorrow.
Thank you for using AT&T.
McFLY!
Fujitsu-san! Konnichiwa!
McFly! I was monitoring that scan you just interfaced. You are terminated!
Terminated? No! No! It wasn't my fault, sir! It was Needles! Needles was behind the whole
And you
thing!
cooperated!
No, I didn't! It was a
illegal.
sting
And
operation!
you
I was setting them
McFly,
up!
read my
No!
facts!
Please, no, I cannot be fired! I'm fired! Ah!
Marchy McFly, Marchy McFly. Year 6 of Marchy McFly, ready or not. Year 6 of Marchy McFly. I'm back, great Scott. It's year 6. 31 straight days for you. In year 6. It's back to the future part 2. Every day. Gonna have a little talk of Marty and Doc. Marty and Doc. Marty and Doc. Marty and Doc. Marty and Doc.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Wednesday, March 11th, which means it's the 11th day of the 6th year of Marchy McFly, and for the 11th straight day, I am here talking about Back to the Future Part 2 to you. Yes, you and only you. Look around you right now. You have your earbuds in. Nobody else is listening to this right now. It's very special just for you. And at the sound of my voice, you will smile in 3, 2, 1. Smile. Aha, see? My mind control, this whole podcast is a clever ploy for me to gain control of your mind, and it all started with a suggestion of a smile. And sure, that might be the last time you smile listening to this episode, but that's okay because I already have you. You're already trapped. You're already listening. You're already here. So let's not waste any more time. I'm going to waste a little more time. I'm actually doing this. I thought I was doing this earlier. Now it's almost 8:30. It's still earlier than what I have been doing. I was shooting for a 7:30 recording and then kind of get it out a little bit after 8 so that I'm going to tell you so that I can go watch Survivor. I love Survivor, and it's on tonight, and I will be watching it immediately after this. I'm just going to be starting it later than I wanted to, but that's okay because I'm going to have a quick dinner. I'm going to hydrate my dinner at level 4 and eat late, and that's okay too because it's all about taking the time to talk more Back to the Future 2 to all of you. And I have had a chance to record in the morning. I just haven't done it. My wife's been sick for the last few days, so I've had actually more time in the morning because she's not going off to work, and I usually help her, like I'll make her a smoothie, or I'll get her all her stuff together so she can just run off and drive off to work like Biff stealing the DeLorean, because I work from home, so I don't mind helping her. She's the one who has to go off and make bank. I make bank here at my kitchen table, the same place where I'm talking to you right now. But I didn't record this morning, and I haven't recorded at all this mornings, but I think that's going to change pretty soon, because I am going to want to build up some episodes to take into account that I will be in Florida 2 weeks from today. I will fly out 2 weeks from yesterday. I'll be driving 2 weeks from tomorrow. Yeah, it's happening again. And I don't think I'll be recording anything while I'm away. At least that's the plan. But if you want to follow along with my adventures, Geek Mentality Mike on TikTok. All right, now I've wasted way too much time. We're 7 minutes in. I played 2 clips today. One, because it said Wednesday. And I love that it was Wednesday, and today's Wednesday, so this Wednesday. And 2, because it was pizza related, and of course, this 3 minutes and 20 seconds opens up with the aftermath of putting that tiny little cute little pizza in the Black & Decker hydrator. Now we hear Lorraine say, "Hydrate level 4, please," and we get the most delicious Pizza Hut pizza that is available. I saw some video where they said they had an actual Pizza Hut, person on set to make sure that it looked like a Pizza Hut pizza, and I guess it did. Here's the thing. I live in Massachusetts. We do have a Pizza Hut. There are still a few Pizza Huts around. I don't know the last time I ate anything from a Pizza Hut. I'm not sure I've ever ordered from a Domino's, maybe once. No, I don't think I've ever ordered. I might have had Domino's once or twice, but I never ordered from there. We used to have a Papa John's. I don't know where that is. The chain that we had in New England for like a chain of pizza was Papagino's. And there's still a couple of those left, and I will still go to them. I will buy frozen Papagino's. I used to get Papagino's in the mall. There's still one. There's Papagino's, and then now it's Papagino's / D'Angelo's. And D'Angelo's is where I used to get my subs. I don't give a shit about Subway. Look, Subway's fine. It's okay. But to me, I was always a D'Angelo's and was always a tuna with lettuce and pickles at D'Angelo's. And now that's connected to Papagino's. That has nothing to do with anything in this episode, but if any of you worked with me, you know that I used to go to D'Angelo's all the time in Boston, order the same goddamn sub for years, until I walked up one day and that D'Angelo's was gone, and most of the D'Angelo's I think are closed, but they now are inside some of the Papagino's. So when we go up to Plastown, New Hampshire to go shopping or go thrifting, sometimes we stop at Papagino's, D'Angelo's. My wife gets little Papagino's, and I get a tuna sub with lettuce and pickles. But again, that has nothing to do with anything here except for the fact that they're eating pizza. And look, as I said, I don't go to a lot of chains around here. There's usually small shops, like mom and pop pizza shops are all over the friggin' place. But would I eat this pizza? You bet your balls I would. It looks pretty good. It's steaming hot. So they did a good job of all in one shop, putting the fake little pizza in, having the hot pizza ready to, or at least the steam looks like it's hot. Who knows if it's really hot? But no, it looks like steam might be coming off the pizza itself. She takes it out of there. I mean, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, hydrate level 4, please. I just remember this kid on the bus. He was a younger kid. He lived in my neighborhood, and he said the joke, hydrate level 4, please. And I was like, yeah, that is kind of funny. And to me now, whenever I hear that, I think of this, but I also think of that kid on the bus. If you were that kid on the bus, yeah, I was thinking about you. There's no friggin' chance that you're listening to this right now, but maybe you are. So they all start grabbing the pizza. By the way, that's only one pizza. Like, how can we have, they said, you took all that pizza for us. There's one pizza that is 8 slices. 8 slices. And in the house, there's Marty. There's 6 of them. So there's the McFly juniors and the McFly seniors. 6 of them, and they think that's too much pizza for 6 of them. Unless she brought 2 pizzas, which makes a little more sense. I feel like a pizza is 2 to 3 people at the most. 2 if you're going to eat a lot, or you're going to save some. I would say 3 people can get a pizza because, or 4, I guess, because if you're going to have 2 slices each, let's say that 4. I mean, I'm a big boy, so 2 slices is about the minimum that I want for a meal. So 4 people can have a slice of pizza. There's 6 of them there. 4 people can have 2 slices. There's 6 of them there. That means they should have another pizza, at least a small pizza. I mean, come on. McFly's, what the hell here? But they're grabbing at them right away. And Marty says, boy, oh boy, Ma, you sure can hydrate a pizza. And then I wondered if that was slipped in later, like, ADR'd in after the fact, because then it just goes right to Marty going, I'm sorry, I missed that whole thing. And it almost was like they were in the middle of a conversation that I didn't recognize, like that I missed. But I think it was Lorraine asking about Jennifer. So what's funny here is you have Michael J. Fox in the middle, the older version of Michael J. Fox. You have young Michael J. Fox, Marty Jr. on the left, and you have Marlene on the right. Now, Marlene has her head down, has a wig on, and has these goggles over her eyes. So you can't really tell if it is actually Michael J. Fox at this point in that shot. But then again, the next shot we do see it. It is her, or it is him. He's in the middle, he's on the right, and he's on the left. Because we can definitely tell that Marty Jr. is being Michael J. Fox there. But I wonder if that's him on the right. Like, I'm looking at the hands, and now I'm looking at the hand. I can't really tell. But one of the things that I remember seeing in the behind the scenes, which is pretty cool, is I'm not sure if they designed this. They might have designed this camera rig where it used a computer to, like, they were able to save the actual tracking of the camera. So this camera was on a rig. It was on like a Steadicam. And they programmed in exactly where they wanted the camera to go. So they did everything with one Michael J. Fox character. Then they went back, reset the whole thing. The camera went exactly in the same spot, shot everything with the other Michael J. Fox, and then they did it again and again. So that's how and then they layered it over. And I always thought that was so cool. That's the technical side. In the story-wise, and I do like that Marty pours a drink to Marty Jr., which is, I think, the seam. Like, I always like to look at the seam. Like, there's a cup and Marty's hand is below it. So I feel like the seam might be right around the cup area. That's where it's either a different hand or, but it's done pretty good, because then Marty stands up and he's like, fruit, please. And we see this thing come down that says Garden Center. That's kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. So I'm wondering, he's trying to get it to retract. So it's not the best equipment. You can see they have stuff of the future, but it doesn't all work properly because they're not rich by any means, but they have what I guess is considered normal things. And I always wondered where this came from, but now I'm thinking, is this up on the roof? Do they put this up on the roof to get the sun, to get the rain, and then they bring it down when they want to, plant stuff or to harvest some things? We see a lot of grapes. So while that's going on, I'm starting to worry about the McFly relationship. Marty is like, I don't know where Jennifer is. She should have been home hours ago. Maybe she's in one of her moods, which is kind of a crappy thing to say in front of your mom and in front of your kids. And I hate to say it because I love this family. I think I love this family. I love Marty, and I love George, and I love Lorraine. I love who they were as young kids, and I love who they turned into at the end of Back to the Future 2. I didn't dislike George, but Lorraine, she seemed a little broken. Is the same thing happening with Marty and Jennifer? Like, and do I like the McFlys? I'm not sure if they're likable. Marty Jr. seems like just a dip. I don't know what a drip. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Marty Sr. seems to be covering up for things and not doing that well. And we'll see later that he can't control himself. He's talking about his wife. Jennifer's not even there. She should have been home for hours ago. It never comes up. It's just thrown in there. I don't know why it's thrown. It's thrown in there to show that things aren't great. I guess that's why it's thrown. Like, it's kind of depressing to see this when you really as a kid, I'm watching this and I'm looking at Marty and this and that, and I'm not really paying attention to it. I'm not really noticing it. But as an adult, I'm like, wait a second. Marty and Jennifer, she's not even home. They don't know where she is. She's been off for hours. By the way, why didn't Marty Jr. go, I saw her. She's in the other room. Like, Marty Jr. saw her. He said, hi, Mom, nice pants. So there's going to be more of that coming. There's going to be more sighing, I think. So I do like that she's like, Lorraine says, is everything okay? And it's kind of a funny joke when he goes, hey, Ma, everything's fine. We're like a couple of teenagers. It's funny because the teenage versions of them are, right there, right? One of them is hiding in the bathroom or in the hallway. And another one is Jennifer's still in the hallway or right there in front of everyone? No, I think she's hiding in the bathroom now. And the other one's, outside, walking around. Behind Lorraine and Marty, we see something called the Master Cook. I don't know if that's a digital display. It just looks like an old TV shoved inside a box to make it look futuristic. Is it supposed to be like how you program your oven? Is it recipes to teach you to cook? I don't know what it is, but it's there. So at this point, the phone rings, and what I do like is that the kids have these digital displays that seems like are they watching TV on that too? But that's their phones. That's kind of like, that's almost their version of the cell phone. So it does kind of answer this personal communication device, except it's not, they're all connected to the house because the phone is ringing and Dad, it's for you. So Marty gets a phone call and he's going to take it in the other room. And do we see any of the McFlys anymore? I don't know if we see any of the young flies anymore, but then there's an incoming call. Marty answers it on his television. It's a video call, so that's something that's very much in the world today, and it's on your TV, which is something you can do. And he answers the phone, and it's friggin' rock and roll Hall of Famer Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. His name is Douglas J. Needles. He answers the phone. How's it hanging, McFly? And McFly's like, hey, Needles. And Jennifer in the bathroom's like, Needles? Apparently that means something. They've created a character who I guess they went to high school with, and he's supposed to be 47. I feel like Flea is actually 47 in this. They make him look older, and he shows up again towards the end of the series, but he was already older. So was Michael J. Fox. But it says Douglas J. Needles. He drinks scotch and beer as hobbies. He's an avid basketball fan, which Flea is an avid basketball fan. I'm pretty positive about that. His birthday is August 6th, 1968. He's 47. So every single one of them was 17. Now they're 47. So he's like, hey, did you get that? Did you get the business proposal that I had? And Marty's like, I don't know about that. I don't think it's a good idea. He says, it's illegal. What if the Jits finds out? And Flea's like, come on, all your money problems will go away. The Jits will never find out. By the way, if they went to high school together, shouldn't Needles have been in the Pinheads? I feel like thematically that would have been good. I don't know if musically he fits in. Well, Flea can play anything. So he said he's trying to talk Marty into something. And Marty says it's illegal. What if the Jits finds out? He says the Jits will never find out. But Marty's hesitant. So, of course, Needles calls him chicken. And he's like, nobody calls me chicken. And Needles says, prove it. And what they've proven is Marty's a bit of an idiot. And everyone around him knows he's an idiot who can be easily manipulated. Want him to do something? Just call him chicken. And the dummy will do it. So he's like, you know what? Nobody calls me chicken. You know what? Scan it. He takes his card. He goes, scan it. And, oh, by the way, we see one thing that says his address is 88 Oriole Street, I think. 88. That's a good Back to the Future number. So he scans it. He goes, great. See you at the plant tomorrow. We don't know what this plant is. I don't know what he does. But he hangs up, and then right away we get a phone call. The Jits, who I guess your boss can listen in on phone calls. Maybe the whole thing was a sting, but he says, I was monitoring this scan, and you are terminated. He's like, no. I thought it was funny the way Michael J. Fox is like, no, it was a sting operation. I was trying to fire him. He goes, no, you're terminated. He fires him right then and there. He goes, read my fax. And then apparently fax machines are everywhere. That's the major communication of 2015. There's even one in the bathroom with Jennifer for some reason. I don't think I knew anyone that had a phone in the bathroom, but I remember hearing about phones in bathrooms or maybe seeing one in a house and thinking, this is incredible, a phone in the bathroom. Well, in the future, they go even more futuristic. It's a fax machine in the bathroom. So I wonder if that's playing off of that. But fax machines, they were really cool for a moment, and then they're still necessary to a degree. You know what? Like nowadays, I will fax something sometimes. I feel like we faxed something from my wife recently, like for work, something. But nowadays, usually I scan it. If I need a document, you scan it, or even just take a picture of it, turn it into a document, and email it. But they didn't know anything about that in 1989, really. So Marty is fired. We see faxes everywhere. And you're fired, read my fax. You're fired. All it says is you're fired. It's on Cusco paper. I wonder if Cusco is where he works. Cusco. I can't see what the words are underneath it, but he must work at Cusco. And he's like, oh God, I'm fired. And I love the noise he makes where he goes, like I listened to that 3 or 4 times putting this episode together, and it did make me laugh. So at this point, Marty's a little depressed. Jennifer's like, what the hell's going on here? Doc shows up at the door. He's like, you got to go out through the door. She's like, there's no knob. There's no handle. He goes, press your thumb against the plate. She's like, what plate? He goes, go. Meet me around the front. So she goes to sneak out of the bathroom, and she sees Marty with an old, I can't tell what kind of guitar it is. It's a nice looking guitar, a bright blue guitar. Not the same one he had when he tried out, with the pinheads, I don't think. Definitely not the same one he used in Doc's garage 30 years ago. 30 years ago? Yeah, 30 years ago. But he picks up the guitar just to strum it a little bit. And Jennifer hears him, and he's trying to play Power of Love, and it sounds like crap. And Jennifer looks like, what the hell? And that's where the scene comes to an end. So while I was watching this evening, it dawned on me that young Marty is outside. And if they didn't change anything, if she didn't find out about the accident, well, she does though. So, like, why doesn't Marty Sr. right there, like, it would have been amazing if he said, hello, Jennifer. And she's like, what? What's going on? Like, what? Hello? Or she tries to play old, hello, Marty. I'm sorry I'm home late. I know it's you. And he turns around. Now, this would be a little too brainy for Back to the Future 2. But she's like, what? How do you know? How do you know I'm here? He goes, because it's me, Marty. I lived this. I remember this. We did this back in 1985. Like, that Marty right there is the Marty who time traveled with Doc. So he must have a memory that he went to 2015, right? Like, or does that, okay, It creates a new timeline, sure, but that timeline is the timeline we're seeing now. You know what I mean? Like, the new timeline doesn't come into play until Marty, I'm going to get too far ahead, until Marty decides not to crash his car. Not to get involved that what leads to the car accident. At this point, that Marty should know that they came. And when the door opens, Jennifer should have, instead of saying, I'm old, I know I'm talking about tomorrow, I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking about it now. She should have said, I remember, or something like that. Oh, it wasn't a dream, or some crazy thing like that. I don't know. But that's, I think, getting too sciencey, too heady. Or is it? Is it just my love of Back to the Future Part 2? And I love examining these little things, these minutiae that doesn't matter, because this is, as Ebert said, just a zany popcorn movie, adventure movie. That's what it should be. It's not a hardcore science, what is it, Andy Weir book where you're like, just, trust the science. No, the science, it does not quite add up here, and I don't care, but I love talking about it as if I did. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. So this 3 minutes and 20 seconds, the thing that bugged me the most was the fact that we're retconning another character and that we're all supposed, it's Needles? Oh my goodness, like it couldn't have been someone in the band. See, Marty didn't have any friends. We never met any of Marty's friends. One of them could have come up. You know what would have been cool? You know what would have been really interesting and better? Is if it was one of Biff's guys. Billy Zane. Casey Zemesco, the other guy, I can't remember his name. If it was one of them, that would have been tremendous. It would have actually been a little storytelling, like, this is, you used to bully me as a kid or something like that. No, he didn't bully him. Wait a minute. It still could have been one of Biff's guys, just older, just like an old, obviously they would be Biff's age, so they probably would be retired. It still would have been better. Like, it just would have been better than Flea. Yes, Flea was fine, and I'm not blaming Flea. It's the character. I forgot that we lost 30 years. Marty didn't go to high school with those kids, but it still would have been kind of cool. I think that would have been better. Some sort of connection. A very old Doc. Hey, Marty, you work for me in the future corporation. Like, Doc couldn't hook Marty up at all. I mean, I guess in that timeline, Doc would have been gone by then, so he wouldn't have had the chance to do all the major overhaul of his body, but he did. So I guess that's when he goes back and starts the new life. Like, when does the new timeline begin? When they go back to 1985? If Biff didn't steal the time machine, I guess. I'm getting way too far ahead. I apologize. I'm breaking the rules left and right. Smile. Did it work? Did it work at that time? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. All right, that's it, my friends. I am going to go now. But this 3 minutes, 20 seconds, I feel like it went by quick. Most of the stuff in the kitchen, the McFlys, I really don't care about seeing them anymore. We're almost done. We're almost out of 2015. And then I feel like the movie really can pick up and we can kind of get to the real story, the real aftermath, the real adventure. Right now, it's just, we have to go save your kids, and we did, but something happens here that leads to the real fun of Back to the Future Part 2, and it all starts tomorrow, I think. I also thought it started today, but I believe it starts tomorrow. I don't know. We'll have to wait until then to find out. I'll be here. I hope you will be too, but in the meantime, you can follow me on all the socials at Geek Mentality, except TikTok, which is Geek Mentality Mike. The Facebook page, of course, is Fans.Experts. The YouTube channel is Fans.Experts. That's because the website is fansnotexperts.com. That's it. I'm done. Happy Wednesday. We're almost through another week. I'm going to go enjoy Survivor and have a little late dinner. I will see you tomorrow, my friends. But until then, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. And here is my theme song.
This is my podcast. I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. 'cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans not experts.